Forgot that. Let's talk to myself for a while. Let's turn the microphone. Perfect. Everyone should do it time. It's to gold. All the fun happens. Set up. Got this set up. Yeah. It's like, quick, tell us about yourself. I did that once before. Took away any traffic I had. It's not working in my favor. I have since learned. Shut the hell up. Because they're a guy. Traffic. Funny, they're like, we have just a few more questions for you. What's your gender? No more questions. Last time the test was like a jealous girlfriend saying, are you streaming here or here or here? I was like, no. Now I'm like, yes, yes, streaming on all of them. Streaming on two, I'd have to pay extra to stream on multiple ones to three stream. And maybe I consider that, but I don't consistently stream enough. I'll probably start streaming in the evening though for me though. I know I can stream during this time and I don't care. Other times, like, it's not gonna work. I do it early in the morning, maybe if I can convince myself to get up. That's about it. Everything else seems a little bit dicey. Still excited on it. That's like everything. It's handy to see everything. Watch my computer choke. Tries to pretend like it can load all this. It's just taking forever to choke. I believe one day you got this. You need to go through and get so these things all have. Actually, I'll probably just remove the entire collision on those and just put traversable blocks everywhere. Same height. These shelves, I can probably remove the traversable, but um, put it in there as a thing, so I don't have to actually box around and Poppet can stand directly. So let's see. Um, I don't remember what it is. I don't care. It's cheap. Create a child. Okay, and then I'm gonna probably this real fast. Goes to this real fast. Oh, okay, not no, never mind. What am I doing? That's oh, I see why, because it's connected. One group. Oh, we attempt to go directly to it. Bro. I create a second one real fast because I got to open the other thing up. There's the off. Let's go with hidden. Actor is no longer hidden in game. Let's instead replace this with a shelf. Slow that camera down so I don't fly all over the place like a crazy person. All right. Let's speed that camera up so I can actually get to the target some nearer. Nice. This always takes a little finagling to make it work. It does need to go off farther than you think it does. That's true. Not the one I intended to grab, but thanks for that. Okay. Want to be like that, buddy? Got a plan. And I just want to move it over. Thank you. And this one, trinkets. About there, actually. Okay, Mike. All right, well, I'll ditch this for a second and show you some cool techniques here. Put a bunch of this crap because I don't need it. All right. This is Poppet's blueprint. Her hair spawns afterwards and adds onto her. It's really important. So you could do this. There's actually a bunch of ways you could do this. I think the simplest one you can do is just to make a cube. We'll call this sensor block because I can. I will rename it. Sensor block. Sure. I'm gonna resize the sensor block to something else. It'll be like a small one for us so you can censor each section. It obviously won't look very good because you can see her full outfit anyway, but that's also, you know, thing. I'm gonna go ahead and drag it down to, like, you know, the mesh, so it's actually attached to the mesh instead. And then I can change the element to whatever I want. I'm just gonna type black in here. I'm sure I have something that's black. Perfect. Okay, there's a black. And then you can just do like a text 3D. Cool. You want to attach that right to that. I'm gonna loop it. I'm gonna rotate it around a bit here. And I'm gonna. You can hit spacebar to shift between these things. That's what I'm doing. I'm grabbing the wrong arrow because the arrow is literally there's so many arrows on her. Normally characters don't have all this extra crap on them. I added all this crap. Let's name this censored. I'm just going to shrink its size down here. I'll use this thing and I'll just manually shrink its size. Well, that was way less efficient than just doing it this way. This is 1.2 here. I kind of want this to be a little wider. Maybe not quite that wide. It'll do. You can change all the text and everything like that, but this is more of just a proof of concept for you. Whatever starts. My poor computer. You can see the box on her. The sensor thingy is unfortunately on the back, I think. Where's the sensor thingy? That is interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and just duplicate it and I'm gonna drag it over here and get two of them. I'm gonna rotate this one the other way. You could obviously attach them to like breasts and things like that too. You could make it like more interesting. I can also see, notice how the block doesn't actually move with her. But what I can do is I can go to the model itself and grab the name of one of these things. Like we'll do chest upper. And I just need to type this name in there. We'll copy the selected one in. Chest upper is what I need. I go over to here and I find the sensor block here and I attach. Actually, I can just do it this way. I could just click this. Oh, I see. I didn't attach it to this character. I attached it to... I have a weird setup with two different models. I didn't attach it directly to Poppet. I attached it to the other character that she models all of her moves off of. Okay. I attached it directly to her now, and now it's in relation to where that is. I got to remove it a bit, but we just go ahead and move things around some, put it like this, maybe rotate it some so it looks a little better. You'll notice it moves with her animation now. I connected to a socket on her. I think I'll rotate it a bit too. This way the sensor's back behind her too. In theory, that should work perfectly good. There's a lot happening on this character, so it could mess with things, but normally you wouldn't have to deal with a lot of these problems I've introduced. Normally you just have one mesh and that's it. Yes. You can add text to things. And blocks. And then when she moves around, there'll be a giant sensor block on her. Yep. See? You could obviously flatten it, put it over just certain things like that. I mean, Poppet does have like pectoral, you know, bones that, you know, I use to make her breast shake. So like, these are things you could do. Just censored the game. You literally just have two of the sensor blocks on there. Yep, that's how hard it is to add censored signs. It's really not that tough. I literally just added a cube, set it up, picked a material that was black. I just typed in black because I think there's even like, as long as you include the starter materials, I think there's a material that's black anyway. You don't even have to worry about it. Like, it's just there. You'll have to check, but the starter stuff comes with quite a bit of just, like, you can opt not to install, but if you just do a default project, you can click to include it. It includes all these shapes and textures and stuff, and a fire and things. And then 3D text is a thing. There's another text thingy too. There's text render, which it has some different ways it works exactly, but it's not like so different. You have to use different fonts with it and stuff, and it's not 3D. Just random text floating there. I like the 3D text. I've gotten, you know, a lot of use out of it because you can make it glow and things like that and turn it into signs because it can have multiple materials on it. It can have like 4 different materials or something. You see there's like another text you can have too. It's much more flat, which might be better. Depends on how memeable you want the censored. Let's say you want to. I can actually just duplicate this thing here. I'm just going to duplicate the sensor block here. And I can take this one, and I'm not going to move it down like that. I'm going to move it up to here. Actually, what I'll do is I'll connect it to her torso first, right? So we'll do her hips. Now it's on her hips. I'm gonna duplicate some of these thingies here because I can. And I'm gonna drag them up and connect them to this one instead. They still have the same location, but I can just move them down and put them on here, and then there'll be more censored things. And you change the colors and the text and things like that. I have other fonts. I usually use Griffy for most of my stuff now. Yeah. So many fun options here. This is the one in front. Yep. We just migrate this here, like so. A little bit of changing around. Because it's a material in the world, I actually have like you can do different shapes and everything like that. I actually have glowing ones too that I've made. So where are they? I like this one. I'm gonna drag it over here. Oh, font material, and now it's got like a sensor there. You can do different backs on them too. Just like the bevel material can be black. I'll make everything else black except for that, I guess. Now it's all crazy looking. I don't think I need the text render anymore. You don't get to have all the cool beveling with the text renders, but I don't know. I like the 3Ds. I don't think, like, once again, UE has a lot of ways to do things, so I don't even know when the 3D text showed up. It might not even been in UE4. It might have been in UE4. Apparently that one's not very well connected to her. Interesting. Oh. These are her hips, so I can just connect it to her hips as well. I guess it follows. This is chest upper. Never mind. Those are not those ones here. Maybe I'll do repel this. Might be easier. Definitely connect a little weird. Oh, I see. I moved the wrong one down. This one should have been farther down. And this one here is actually connected to there. That's why it was moving funny. I was like, wait a minute. It should have all the properties of all of its children. You could do all 4 directions. You could do multiple blocks, you know. Be perfect. And this is why I like UE so much. You could just do dumb crap like this, and there's nothing stopping you from just doing whatever the hell you want. UE just lets you do it. It's like, hey, you want censored signs? That's sweet. Okay, here you go. And as you can see, you know, like, if I wanted to, I could literally just, well, I have to do one of the ones that's not. It'll connect all the ones with children. Like, I have, like, yeah, she has a left and right pectoral thing, so it can connect there to basically her chest if I want, which I actually do for her to bounce. Important things. That's actually how you equip weapons and things like that too. You actually just connect them to the various sockets. You connect them to like their hand. Like she has a left or right hand, you know, you just connect to that. I considered it. I mean, I don't know about this particular game. It's a little bizarre and weird, but it could be a random Easter egg. It would be kind of funny. I gotta admit, I don't ever make content for YouTube. I'll make a note of it. Uh, The third sign or aim for YouTube. It could lead to some good content. True. Fun. Yeah, I'll think of something for it, maybe. They'd probably get more views of just like dirty content, really, like that. Probably also could be banned off the site pretty quickly, too. But, hey, you know, it's all it takes to add your censored sign. So if you want to make a meme thing or whatever with naked characters, naked character run, the all new game. So you can actually often change the outfits of a lot of the waifus that you buy on the UE marketplace too. So just in case you want, you could actually have the censored sign outfit for them, which would probably be pretty good. I think it was like Saints Row 3 that had that or something. Or just literally an outfit you could buy with just censored signs. Might have been they had pixelated censoring. Maybe. Reversal block here. I have to make all these now they're making my life. No reason. Oh, sorry. That's how they spelled the other. Just to test it. It also needs to be just default larger, because let's be real here, Poppet's tiny. She couldn't use that if she even wanted to. I mean, she could, it just wouldn't do much. That's all 10s, so. Make a quick edit. Put all these to 10s. Then do the can Poppet actually jump on things? Oh. Gotta make a quick change here. First, we bring the shelf up real fast. Then we get this. Then we get instant shelf. Then we swap the instant shelf in for these things here, for these two slots, so that it actually changes it to look like a shelf. Normally, you only need to do one, but for however they program this, it just requires two of them. How bizarre. How weird. I'm just going to put it floating in the middle of nowhere so I can try to grab each side. But technically, I probably never have to be able to grab the back, but in that weird instance where I might need to grab the back of it, I think it's going to be too far at the front, but I could be wrong. You never even know half the time with these. Might be too high for her to grab. I put it too high. Ooh. I'll grab part of it. Just grab the whole thing. Also, what I need to do is make it two-sided. Right there. Exactly what I needed. And now, oh, nope, it still doesn't do that. Well, it's okay. It's going to be against the wall anyway. Guess I don't need one along the back, but I'll just put it there anyway. You never know. UE programmed it, actually Epic programmed it to need an opposing side or something, I think. That works. That works. That side, not so much. I was a little slow to the mark. Okay, it worked. I just was too far away. Okay, perfect. Now what we do is replace all these stupid shelves with the other shelf, or this traversable shelf. So this way, Poppet can stand on the ground, or actually directly on top of it, as opposed to there where it's slightly above it. You could sit there and also just remove the entire collision from the object and then just put the traversable blocks upon it, which is an option. But it's kind of weird with shapes like this. Like, it might be okay if it was just like a square object or something. Like, with the books, I'm just going to remove the collision from the books and put traversables on them. Because it's just a lot more effort than I think it needs to be otherwise. Okay, apparently you can't just shift and put it on the ground. Yeah, you should definitely download UE4, Mike, and while you're at a place with internet, and select a couple Paragon waifus and see what happens. I think you will be pleasantly surprised at your waifu experience. Got the dumb little text thing. One moment, please. I left it just in case the code actually at some point makes use of it. I don't know it. There's one thing I've learned, it's that an epic program something they take the least efficient method possible to do it. You're just like, okay, you could have done. No, you just. This is why. Why? Why did you do this epic? So it's difficult to mess with later. Actually, before I do this, I realize I got to reposition things if I do that, and I don't want to reposition things manually. I want to be able to just find it this way. Put it a little farther over the shelf because last time I remember it being kind of hard to make the. That's better. I don't even know why I have these lower shelves, but I guess I'll keep them. Oh, well, there you go. See, iFood sell everyone on the things. I mean, it's $0. It's not like they're asking a bunch of money out of you. UE4 is free. UE5. All the Paragons are free. There's actually multiple free environments too, like just on the Epic Marketplace. So definitely not the worst. Kind of have free at just about everything. Now, all the free stuff doesn't always mesh the best. Some of it's a little out there in its usefulness, but can't complain too much. These are all in there in the carnivore room. Perfect. I go through and replace every one of these things because, well, yeah. Then I can just make changes to this one blueprint, and it just I don't gotta worry about it. It just propagates to everything. Slightly off, so I can click those. Tell it to delete it. The spawn stuff all the way up here. But why? I have questions. I like it up there. That's fair. I mean, they really have one for everything. Just depends on what you want to do with UE. I mean, maybe you want to make a regular RPG or JRPG. Maybe you want to make a, I mean, action games, platformers. I mean, platformers are so easy to make. So are just like walking simulators. Like, I have to duel. Let's do that instead. The shelves I want to replace. Some of these things I might just leave them as they are. I don't know. Depends. Some of these I might want to take out. Like, this is a wall sticking through it now. Nice. What doesn't have to have? Do it part way in there. Probably part of why it's taking so long to load. I have that there, so it's might as well turn off the thing so you can't see it. That should speed things up a lot. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Complete RPG was good enough if you wanted to make The Witcher, but want to make The Witcher, it's kind of probably not a necessary thing. What are you doing, little buddy? Just an adorable little one just sitting here. I can make a little dollhouse for her too. I'm considering it. The dollhouse area. I was considering having it somewhere else, but I could have a dollhouse area in here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do to make the library interesting. And I don't know what I'm gonna do for Patrick's area. Originally, I'd like the bucket fort for him. I kind of get the feeling I could do something cooler for Patrick than that. Maybe just like broken dolls hung up everywhere, some sort of messed up looking room. Probably pretty good. I don't know, it's kind of fun to fight in here, so I almost want to leave him in here, but this room's already used up so much. I don't know if I really want it to be used again. It's also kind of laggy. I do have to improve how she fights. I do have a projectile for her, but I don't know if I want it to be a thing, because it does use up a lot. I need to make him explode or something. Patrick's pretty laggy. I mean, I could ever wield the sensor bar, but kind of like, I don't know, it's not really a game geared towards being perverse, so I don't know about that one. Like, it could be a thing, and I considered it, I suppose. Like, it would be pretty funny in the right kind of game, but actually, yeah, I have to do something to make Patrick less laggy. Actually, I don't think he's that laggy anywhere else. It's just laggy in this room because there's so much going on in it. I keep forgetting there's even a dodge. Why can't you grab it? Oh, wonky right there. Come back, Patrick. I figure if the game does really bad, I can always switch to the adult version of it later. Not really smart enough to get up here. There's just too many things for him to bounce around on, I think. Off. Healing's not free. It does slowly kill you. Well, slowly drives you insane. Actually pretty hard to catch up to. I could up his damage on his projectile and he'd be really strong. Hard to actually get at. He doesn't really stop attacking. If he had a projectile, he'd actually be pretty easy. I think, because he's not that smart. You put them. Ow. I'll probably have to limit some of these things a lot more than they are, because I can make a lot of mistakes here. This isn't even the room you fight him in, though, so. But I can see whatever room I fight him in, I want to have a lot of things to jump up and down on. Preferably a big room to play in, too. Like, not a little small area, because small areas are kind of not fun. Like, I fought him in tiny areas and, like, bigger areas, and the bigger areas are a lot more fun. I'm back. He's running away from me. The dick. Got him. He did a lot of damage right at the last second, though. Jesus. He's not supposed to have anything special to do there. He just did it. Not that bad. The only thing that sucks is he's with all the helpers in here. He's a little laggy. This room might be the wrong room for him. It's obviously the wrong room. It wasn't built. But I do want a pretty big area to fight him in. I don't know if this room will be big enough or not. This is obviously big enough. That's not what we're aiming for. This room here. So we want him to be able to jump on things, which means we want Poppet to be able to jump on things too. I didn't have a real theme for this room picked out, but it's mostly probably just a storage room, so I could just do boxes and things too. Not that one. I definitely have a version of Poppet for when she's hanging upside down by, you know, well, the chains and everything like that and dead. Originally, I was going to put a dress on her like that, but the thing was, is the dress would just fall down over her. It would look really dumb because it's like ignoring all physics. I just settled on leaving her without a lot of clothes on and instead just chaining up all the areas that would be, you know, inappropriate. I might change it again to be some sort of weird Dr. Frankenstein type of scenario, but bit of a cult tossed in for funsies. Who doesn't like some fun occult action for making dolls and not occult action? Let's see. Guys over here. What am I doing? I have a big specific theme for this one. Good pipe for the other room, a carnival, more of a magician type of room. A lot of the rooms are going to be pretty normal-ish, except for they'll have, you know, if there's toys involved. Sometimes they just recycle the things because there aren't that many things in each room anyway, so you have to be arrayed in such a way to be somewhat interesting. I guess well, no, I don't want to do a barrel because anything round you can't grab. Couch in here. I didn't put a traversal block on it yet. Actually, I could just put these fences up anyway. Like I have them set up so that they appear when Patrick appears, but I have an idea. First, we'll start with some boxes. This will be like a storage room. Box, and then a static pack. Huh. Just that, huh? Just start dragging boxes in. Boxes kind of suck, though. Ones here are kind of weird. Kind of run down. I guess it's fine to have some rundown boxes. Just to kind of mix it up. Trying to limit the number of boxes I think I have a plan here. Let's just start dragging out box. What's this look like? What? Jeez. 30? How tiny is this thing? I mean, it's got like holes in it. That's not exciting. Not exciting. It's originally using these wine boxes. I'm thinking I'm just going to build a fort out of boxes in here. Okay, well, I'm going to delete that nav mesh so I don't got to watch it load every time I move something. Then I'm going to make a fort out of boxes. So Patrick has something to fight on. I'm gonna make it so I can actually see for this. Also gonna critically fail to spell the word ultra. Yes. Yes, like a pro. So we're gonna do this. I actually did one of these level walk things. Wait a second. I forgot I did this. Oh, this is the enemy spawner thing. So I have these wine caps, which work great. These start making weird connector things. Actually, I'm just gonna start dragging it. I can have a ramp up to things. Maybe not the ramp there. I might put the ramp back here. And have it be kind of like a castle in the center, kind of like a king of the hill. Go to the top, and that's where Patrick is. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Technically, I could just be dragging shapes out here and then moving this instant box on. Make all these things look correct if I want to. Put this down, I'll ram it underneath here. Attempt to ram it underneath. Down more. I'll swap around like this. It'd be like a hidden area back there. Might be a bit much for Patrick to fight on though. Problem. This and this. Hold Shift End. Most useful thing chat has ever told me. Told me some useful things, but that is definitely the best. I'm gonna end up moving some of this crap here. These two things here. I wanted to be kind of like the butcher from Diablo. He doesn't really have much of a story or anything. He's just, you know, more brutal than average toy. Might be not enough space. Hmm. I require um blanking on what it was. Blah 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 environment. Spline bench. I think I called it the road spline. I use it as roads at some point. I might still use it as roads here actually too. Cage. true. I could actually use it as a road. That'll make this room crazy looking. Some of the rooms get to be crazy looking intentionally, and other ones do not. That's been my. I'll have rooms that are completely normal, and rooms that are just off the wall. The main reason for it being that I can't always have them be weird, because then it loses some of the magic of being weird. But I can always add in a little weird later if I need to. Not weird, if it's like too normal. This room is not going to even be remotely normal at all. I don't want humans to be able to pass through it, though. That's I don't know if I make the roads grabbable. When they're a spline like that, it's pretty hard to make them grabbable. I guess I can put traversal blocks everywhere. It's really hard to bend the traversal. Could have like a table or something that's just grabbable. How weird do I want to make this? I'm just gonna probably just go for broke and see what happens. I think I like the idea of that. Yes, to be fair, if I make easy ramps, then the minion people can go up it too. If they walk after. I guess the question is, why have a box when you could have, something that looks nicer than a box? You could just have something like this instead of the box. I guess the boxes are a little more unique. Oh. I should actually just put traversable blocks everywhere and then skin them or something. I do. Test that actually. So the box. Let's have this one hidden. And I can just change this material. Bed. Instant wine box. Instant wine box. But it doesn't. Oh. Doesn't tile. I can do something that tiles. Look at a cardboard that truly tiles, though. A canvas box. That looks weird. 0 out of 10. Do not like. I could start doing the red one, see what happens. That tile's weird. Yeah, bizarre toy blocks like this. Maybe. Or of course I can continue with more of a circus theme with these blocks. I guess it would be keeping and fitting with these. That you could tunnel through. Hey Blinded, how's it going? Just in time to be just in time. I think I sold Mike on waifus in Unreal Engine. I'm just saying, waifus. All of them. Every waifu. He understands the power now of the waifu. Maybe. Might not. He might not be okay. He may need to learn. Ah, yes, AAA do be dropping the ball all the time. It's just kind of what they do. But guys, we care only about what we want, not what you want. Wait, why won't you buy our game? Our game is so good. Because it represents only the people who made it and nobody else. Not gonna lie, if you want to sell me a game, put waifus in it. I do. Come on, chicks in my game. You've got all the ugly people. Perfect. I guess you can have ugly people. I just don't want to have to play one. The characters are ugly. I have no interest. You be liking my waifus. Imagine unironically not liking waifus. Listen, if a civil war happens, I don't really care about the political sides terribly much. I'll tell you this, if one side's like the waifus are good and the other one's the waifus are bad, I'm joining the side that says the waifus are good. Just saying. One side is clearly correct. The other side hates waifus. Which makes them incorrect. Yeah, I'm gonna use these. I'm gonna stick with the more circusy theme for this area. I actually don't think I even want these shells here. I'm just gonna use traversal blocks and just be the laziest person imaginable for designing. Oh my god, Ubisoft's, terrible Star Wars game. They made that Star Wars game, right? And they also are making the shitty Assassin's Creed game with the black samurai guy who was not actually a samurai, and they took a bunch of stuff from Japan that wasn't even correct and is pissing off all the Japanese people. Oh, Ubisoft. You people are dumb. Instead of doing, I don't know, a game about Japanese people that's in Japan. It's not like they've had an Assassin's Creed of their own yet. Saying. Have in fact not had that. Listen, sometimes you gotta go to war for the waifus. Everyone else, whatever. Waifus, some things are worth fighting for. They're just gonna put ugly people in my video games. then you know, you're gonna have to stop them. Just saying, just saying. History will not look favorably upon those who hate waifus. I guess I could just have a weird track running around too. Hmm. Hmm. Patrick's area do be looking weird. That's okay. I've definitely found that you want lots of places to fight him. I want to duplicate this so Patrick can get up it, because I don't really want to make my AI incredibly intelligent. I just make it jump a lot so it'll eventually land where it wants and be kind of unpredictable. Yes. I'll gussy it up later. I mean, you could. But hear me out. Instead, you use UE and you get like a really hot waifu from the market and you have the cat protect her. Like Stray, only with a hot chick. Why did it put it way up there? No, you. I'll put it around this area. I don't actually know what the plan is with this place, but I just want it to be weird and it has to have a lot of big spaces to. So Patrick can find his way. Poor Patrick. Can't find his way home. I almost don't know if I like these kinds of rooms as well as just the ones that look more like regular humans would use. That's true. This place gonna be weird. Yeah, pretty much. You should just make a game called Party Girl, and literally she just leaves like the bar completely drunk out of her mind, and your goal is to make it home safely while navigating being drunk out of your mind. You could just be hallucinating every danger the whole way. Or not. They might be real. Who knows? He doesn't. She's drunk out of her mind. Oh, well, you see, um, SD cards or just the USB things are so tiny. Actually, they have so much space on them now. It's insane. Like a terabyte USB. And I'm like, what am I gonna do with all that porn? I mean, high quality content. Hmm. I don't actually need these. I just spawn a Patrick and see how it goes. Read the Patrick spawn. Patrick spawner. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. Do believe in one Patrick spawner there. There's a little bit of Patrick in all of us. I guess. Sure. Well, there needs to be lights. There can be a light up here. We'll be on. I'm definitely going to tweak the crap out of this room. I'm just going to get rid of the spawner. Maybe I'll make another one later. I need to have a thing on the spawner that checks to see if I should if it should work or if it doesn't work because Poppet's already beaten the boss. You sure? I mean, listen, raccoons have to battle for, trash panda supremacy. Important. This plays out more interesting. Yes. Patrick is in all of us. Truly all of us. You can't really get up this, though. Should actually close all the extra things I have open, so this way it's a little better. And give Patrick more things that he does, too. He just mostly swings his weapon and does that, but he needs to have, like, other attacks, basically. Or varied patterns, too. Hell. Aha! I am supreme now. He's caught. Did you somehow get wedged under there? You don't look wedged. So I gotta make the areas big enough that Patrick can run under him. Oh yeah, the polka dot things look so much better in the dark. It's just one of those things. It's just necessary. Don't question it. I have the polka dots in here too. Part of the maze. The toy maze. It is in fact very exciting, this toy maze thing I speak of. Yes. Aha! I linked him the best of waifus. The ones that look like anime characters. He was powerless before their waifuness. Yes. Yes. Camera exactly through the maze. I had to fix her light so it actually is right on her. Yep. No, that thing's still on there. Interesting. They do in fact want you to install the latest UE. They do support UE, 4.27, I believe was the last one. I don't know, I can find out what the last one. At least have it installed just to test some things out, but there be, yeah, 4.27. I do have it installed actually. Yeah. They actually have a lot of really old versions if you want. Chaos versions, oh my god. But I mean, I was using 4.26, I believe, when I started. And then 4.27 came out, I tried it, and then like 5 came out not even that long after. And I was like, oh, 5 it is. Okay, I don't need this. And 5 is I don't think many people need it. I think it's very limited on who should use it. I think that you don't gain a whole lot over 4 for the average solo dev. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, there is some really good things about 5 if you're going to use them. But you have to be using those exactly. Because there's still a lot of things that I'm using that are from UE4, and there's things I'm using UE5 that are not as good. Like, there's an old lighting system you used to be able to have. That was what they used for basically every game in UE4. That is gone in UE 5.4. You have to use Lumen now. And Lumen's not the most optimized. Not that great for a crappy one. I don't even know where you get UE3 now at this point. I mean, it's probably pretty hard to find. UE4 is older than MV was, so I mean, UE3 is ancient. Though to be fair, but Alice Madness Returns was made in UE3. Saying. It was. That's how old that game is. I'm just saying, it's old. But I mean, what did UE actually 5 really add that's neat? I love the new animation system. I will give them kudos to it. In 5.4, the animation system is why Poppet's able to move around as she's doing. You see her leaping around all crazy. And the traversal I've been doing, all that stuff is from UE 5.4. And the animations they give with it. You can downgrade those animations and add them in yourself. But the system they have, the chooser system, which is all actually technically in beta for those people keeping track. It's not even supposed to be really used. I'm using it. You don't get that. I mean, that's why she moves as she does. Like, that's so many animations. If you see, if I just have different motions everywhere, she'll just, go crazy with how she moves her feet and arms and stuff. Based entirely upon whichever way or motion, momentum, and however far she fell and things like that. And the traversal based upon how far she's going like that, but so that kind of stuff, that's probably the coolest thing, I think. They put in a worse cloth system. It's way heavier. So I don't like it very much, but I can't get the other one to really work because they don't have the, like, you can import it, but you can't set it up, and you have to do it in UE4 and then bring it over. I tried that. It didn't work out the way I wanted. Yeah, I mean, I think you could. I'm pretty certain you could run UE5. You could run UE4 no problem. I mean, Teal's game, like, I was like streaming it with a 1060, so I mean, it was a desktop, but still a 1060 is not exactly, anything even remotely new. So if your gaming laptop had even a 1060, it would be a problem. Yeah. What else got added to UE? 5. I mean, nanite was a thing, but nanite's not necessarily that great. It's good in the right instances and terrible in the wrong ones, I've been told. It tries to optimize for you. That was a big addition. PCG graphs, which are terrible and you should never use. They're like, it's so easy, it designs whole worlds for you. Yes, but they are so memory inefficient that if you even use one of them, you're going to be like, have your FPS. Thanks. Better just have an algorithm that randomly places them. PCG thing. Maybe they'll fix it someday. What else did UE5 bring to the table that was so great? I use the term great loosely. I don't even know. Almost everything I've been doing could be done in UE4. I mean, the geometry system is in UE4. All this weird texturing, and that's all that. Things like these splines can be done in there, no problem. I mean, everything. I don't know if the 3D text is in there. The water system from UE4 was, well, the one they made was very mid. Like when it worked, it was good, but when it didn't work. On the other hand, all it takes to make water in this is just, you know, take a plane or a shape. We'll do a shape. I like shapes better because planes only have one side. Let's stretch the shape out. So then I'm going to go to the basic shape material. I've got plenty of water ones, so I can just type in water and it'll bring up one of the many water options I got. We'll do this. I don't even know. How about this ocean one, maybe? A little too dark for in here, probably, while preparing the shader. Water. Cool. We're waiting, we're waiting. We're unclicking that, and we select brush surface. Look, now I have water. Isn't that exciting? That's fair. I mean, a lot of UE5 stuff pretty much operates exactly the same way as UE4. There's really only a handful of changes that were even really cool. Half of them don't even work right yet. Like the landscapes having nanite landscapes. Again, just another nanite thing. But now you see I have a thing there. I can make it where I was able to, you know, go into it if I want, but by simply removing the collision from it. I could also give it I forgot to type things like that, but you can make it where it actually makes stepping noises, like when you step on it to make water noises and things. Not very necessary for what I'm doing, but so it's like if that's all you want for water, then you just take the water and you stuff it where you want. And really hard to click though, but all water. So I can find it easier later. And you just find someplace you want to stuff it, and suddenly you have water. And it's like, okay, that's cool. If I want to flood the box, now there's water in the box. Shape it like that, and it's so easy. Or if you want lava, again, pretty easy. And yeah. I have a better water system, sure, but I have the big water system. One of the things that Epic gave me for free. You can adjust it for waves and stuff like that too. The same asset works like 1,000 times better in UE4. It's like actually somewhat broken in UE5. That's the other thing that UE5 brought. The UE5 mannequin. This is not a good thing. The UE5 mannequin just means you had to take all the UE4 mannequin stuff and adapt it over to the UE5 mannequin stuff, and then you could use it. Then 5.4 said, we don't care anymore. We're just going to automatically retarget for you, but that's only recently they've made that change. Why I jumped to 5.4 so quickly. Well, that and I wanted the traversal stuff programmed for me. All right, where was I? Turn this thing up too high. Yeah, I don't see a huge reason to use UE5 over UE4. I really don't. If you're a solo dev, I don't think you can. I mean, don't get me wrong, Lumen has some real nice things about it. I will say that much. Um, the biggest cool thing about Lumen is you don't have to bake your lights anymore. Which kind of is tedious, is the best way to put it, I think. It's fine, but having to bake your lights means that you have to, if you move something, then you have to go bake your lights again because it won't have the shadow on the stuff anymore for anything that was a static light. So that's a thing to note. It's not like a deal breaker. I did it for quite a while and it didn't ruin my world. But it could be considered somewhat tedious. I'm doing weird things with splines, and it hates me for it, I'm sure. Oh, I'm grabbing the wrong thing, no wonder. I want Patrick to be able to go underneath it. Which reminds me, if that's the case, then I can't even have these all the way down here. Yeah, oh, they added a whole new input system into UE5, which doesn't do anything different from the original one, from what I can tell. Like, it's easier. I'm like, is it though? I mean, now you just have a file for every movement thing and then a file for all your that they all have to be referenced in order to do your movement, as opposed to before where they were just all done in the project settings, so you didn't have to do anything special. I mean, there must be some reason why it's better. I don't know what it is though. It's kind of my problem with it. It's like, I use the new one, sure. I'm just gonna leave this like this and have things, I think. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the best reasons to upgrade. I remember when I did it, I was so gung-ho to do it, thinking it was so great, and I'm almost certain it was because of Nanite and Lumen. Both of which proved to be nowhere near what I was hoping for. They weren't bad, but... You might need to have, like, super jumps. Because he can't find his way up to me. It's possible I might need to lock him in here instead of having things like that. I guess I could have jump set up specifically for this. These weird wooden pathways might not be very okay, though. The tracks. Once he falls down, he can't really get back up. Over here. I don't need these anymore. I don't need that. I don't even have one up for me. Real fast. Yeah. I even bought a whole new computer so I could stream before. To be fair, my graphics card was making a lot of horrible grinding noises, so I figured it was probably dying. But now it's sitting at my office and has worked ever since. On the other hand, at my office, I have mostly just sell stuff online and YouTube videos, or maybe the occasional stream, so it's not like it's being stressed terribly there. So I'm sure it'll survive a bit longer. Ditch Patrick's waste color. There we go. So I have him set to jump, the super jump there. I can just increase the power of that. Let's just give him like a really strong jump force. I'll double it and see where he ends up. He might go flying out of the world for all I know. That's half the fun of this testing, though. If it just goes... That's a much better stream. There's already been like 17 views. Last night I think there was like 9. Same time of day. Very weird. I think I streamed like over 4 hours yesterday. Like 9 on like YouTube. Oh, I thought he jumped where the key was. Whoa, look at him go. He's a little Superman cape. It's almost too much, really, because now he just flies off in the middle of nowhere and he's like too stupid. I'm gonna need some logic that checks if he's at like the same position or something. Or, like, he doesn't move far enough away. I mean, sure. I guess position checking is about the only way I know how to do that. Let's take a set a variable for his previous position, but yeah, he can't get back up here, so I need to have a way for him to do that. There now, but now he's gonna jump in. Okay, this is a bit much. Like the time where I gave him way too high of a jump. Actually, I said it where he if he was like more than 150, like either above or below Poppet, he would jump. The problem was his jump would cause him to go above that, so he could just jump forever. And occasionally would just opt to land. He's just like, I don't know why Patrick can jump. Patrick has little tiny spindly legs. You wouldn't think Patrick could jump. With how high Patrick jumps, he might as well be spitting basketballs at me. Ooh. Yeah, he might. I might need to just design it in a way that that's not a problem for him, I think. Or make it lower. Kind of hard to have multiple tiers for him, I think, is the problem. Because then he never comes back. He like shoots at my back and then vanishes. Team Patrick is blasting off again. There he is. I don't even know how I would fight him because he's look at this, he's just gone. He's like, you're not close to me. Pew. Pew. This is not how I thought Patrick's fight would go. It's like, oh, you just can't even find him. He's gone. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a different strategy. I'm gonna stick with 1,000. I think I need to design the level differently, and then I'm gonna have to go through and really play around with the AI to be less stupid. Have like a lower area. I think I don't want to use these, or if I do, it's gonna be as like a wall. Just so the player has to go around them. I don't know, maybe if I have more like locations that are a little higher up. You can actually set it up so that there's points where he'll go to and like, you know, can jump at. I'm trying to avoid doing that because it takes a lot of additional effort to plan out exactly where they can jump at. And it's kind of might be necessary, but it also leads to a very predictable fight at that. That's how I feel. And I guess kind of more fun if there's furniture instead involved. I guess there's a reason why boss arenas are usually like, you know, big, huge things and not super varied like this. Hmm. It's weird that the room with all the random crap in it plays out better. Like, it's weird that this room is more fun to fight Patrick in. But in reality, I'm not using any portion of the bottom here, like beyond like the benches, like the lowest 8 things are about all I'm actually using in the room. Because if you got all the way up here, Patrick can't even find you, so it would be pointless. That's why it's not the room to fight Patrick. It's supposed to be a big, huge, long jumping thing to get to the key. Might get replaced by an NPC. So maybe I should keep that in mind when designing, that it just needs to be more open on the floor instead of this, like, raised up anything. It would make more sense if these weren't so high. What if we start just reducing it down some instead? I could have like pillars or something, and maybe like a way you have to go to once you've beaten Patrick that opens up. I could create a little castle too. That's an idea. Oh, wait a second. I has plans within plans. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Well, probably gonna get rid of them. I don't think I like them, but maybe I do. I really think the plan is to create more of a blocked off area with minor ways to jump in, like a little castle. Castle Patrick. What's Patrick's house name in SpongeBob? Does his house have a name? I've never watched SpongeBob. I have no idea, but I do get the reference of what have you done with my boy Patrick. If someone told me, I know. I get the reference because someone told me. I mean, if anyone knows, I don't know. Actually, these actually say on the side how big they are. It's very helpful. I didn't really think about that, but part of the animation sample, they made these things for me. They just literally tell me these things. I need to know. Oh, I was gonna put a reference to his, like, house or something on there for the name of it, because I love having memes and stuff in here. What I'm really thinking I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna have this weird little castle built out of crap, and I'm gonna have like little offshoots to go around. So this way you have like a more of a place to fight things, but it's not as because at some point the boss just can't figure stuff out. I'm not knowledgeable enough to make an AI that could do well. I could probably pull off this AI. I don't want to make and do all that. That is so much work. I'd much prefer to make an AI that just somewhat simple for each boss, well, ish simple, so I don't have to spend forever programming an AI that basically the player. It's a lot. The best way to level design, you just start putting things out there, and eventually ideas will come to you. Also, testing fighting. That originally for October, I planned to do all the combat work, but since I'm kind of ahead of the game, kind of doing it now, and the I was going to do level design later, but the level design does matter a fair amount for bosses, so it's possible I just block the area off so you can't get into here until after. Just saying, if Patrick is dead, or after the Keeper Up area. This area is too tiny, right? Like, it's like not movable. I mean, you could move on it, but it would be crappy. Not fun. I want lots of nooks and crannies to wander around in, or just secret areas. Oh, yeah, you can sneak around up here. Can't really jump though. Oh, I know how I'm gonna do this. I kind of want Patrick to make monkey noises with how much it jumps and swings around the place. I like how when it jumps, it leaves its like big arm kind of dragging around. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, looks like Blinded wandered off. He probably turned into a pumpkin. I really do need to start streaming earlier in the day. This seems like a better thing to do than starting super late and get people before they go to sleep. Why does California have to be so far behind the time? Because, you know, for me, I'm starting at a somewhat normal time. I mean, actually, tonight I started at like 10, but like, that's like, what, a.m. Florida? Terrible. But by the time I get home from work, it's, you know, already like 7:30. I probably want to get some food before I do that. I'm sure I could probably stream by 8:30 if I wanted. That means I started at 11:30 in like Florida. Not very. I can have a secret way under here. Maybe. So hard to design in the dark, but it looks way cooler. So if people wander by the stream and they see it in the dark, it looks so much neater than if they wander by the stream and it's not dark. Like, I should probably make it dark so it looks cool. Am I just gonna lock him into this little area? Is that a thing? Is that what I'm doing? How big do I want the Patrick area to be? I could put it on the ground. That's an option. I could just dump this all the way down here. And then just block everything so you have to fight him inside this, which might actually be better because he jumps so much. It's probably true. It probably is. Let's say I do this. And then I'm gonna keep that. I'm probably gonna dump this back some. I'm okay with having these pathways later. Because I already have a mechanism for spawning. Actually, I'm just gonna have a mechanism for spawning him in. Or blocking things, so. I'll set up some crazy jump thing. Try this. Let me grab the other spawner. Ah, it's this one. All right, so I believe this is the one. Here's the two things I have set up to block with. This. Not very big though. I think I can make it larger. Let's just say I do this really fast. So let's drag it straight across. I'll grab this one. I might have small entryways. I don't recall having an easy way to increase the size of these, but I can always adjust it. It was a blueprint I made ages ago. I'm just gonna drag it all the way across because I can always change some things later, like add in more spline points. I will probably do. I'm gonna make this one slightly larger. Actually, wait a second. That hidden is an option. No. I don't know, it spawns along those, so it's not even gonna work like that. Okay, well, let's make a quick change. I like 5 here. I just want to see what happens if I do 5 and 5 on this one. And we're gonna increase the size of this thing here. 1 point for him. Put the key in there. This will be my, cheese for the mousetrap. Delicious cheese. Right, you can't adjust it like that because of the way I have it set up. Nope, I prefer that rotation. I like this rotation. Okay, well, I was just hoping for 90, but, sometimes it moves real fast. It's fine, don't worry. You're good. Not question. You can question if you want. Well, let's see how big they are, and then I'll play around with more fighting and things like that. Make it look better, and I'll put more platforms for him to jump around on, be all Donkey Kong. Oh. I don't need 2 of them. I don't need the lag fiesta of 2 of them. I'll test. Other spawn. I definitely made it bigger. These move lower down, but they're already pretty huge, but I think the only thing that truly mattered for this was that I revert those there. I just need to increase the height. I think that's what's important. And then once I do that, I can go through and just start adding spline points in so that it looks better. Also, because if you don't add enough of them, it will be they'll be able to sneak through. This Poppet is in fact really tiny. Really easy to underestimate how tiny she is too, because it's so easy to just end up sneaking through places because she just is that small. It's like, yep, pretty tiny. Let's cram those down to ground level. Bro. Why is the box now tiny? Oh. Guess let's block this far over or something, sure. Let us increase the size. I think when I reverted the size was the problem. What? That is on. Okay. I'll do it this way then. I have no idea why it didn't want to input a number, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I wonder if this is YouTube night and Twitch night is a different. Certain nights it's just nobody's on one and people. Yeah, okay, I'm not getting through that anytime soon, so I can just block him this way, and then once Patrick dies, then that's the thing. How am I able to grab that? Whoa. Weird. Guess if I'm nearby, I can grab it? Huh. Nice, the grab was that far. That's fine. I'll just lock him into here for the fight. Like, what, 12, I believe? Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Good times. Good old me had the foresight to make this ages for a completely different version of the game. I mean, you saw on the Discord how many times I've changed the various things in this game. Like originally, it was more like a pure, almost like 2D, where you can just kind of move up and down a bit, and then going to more of a weird outside world with paper ZD and things like that. And we've arrived at the actual game I wanted to make, and not a whatever the hell I was making. I think I'll put a wall over by here. Maybe a big wall. I think at some point it's difficult for Patrick to make it anywhere, so if there's not like a big wall, he won't understand. There might be additional changes that are made. We shall see. Shrink it down some. I really want places that are somewhat fun to fight, or just bigger areas that Patrick has to get around. Not too big. I could make a smarter AI, or I can just make a smarter level, so I don't have to make a smarter AI. Saying. It took me so long to adopt just hitting space to switch between these three things. I used to click them all the time, and you could do like, I think there's an actual special key for each one, but you can just hit spacebar and it goes through them. All the positioning things, it's so useful, but it took so long to adopt that. I was just clicking them or doing the shortcut for them, and it just, or like, I don't know why I was doing that. Life hating, I think, is the only logical reason. Like, you hate your life. I'm like, no, I don't. It's like, don't you? I'm like, I guess if I click it like this, I do. Not wrong. Feels wrong. Not wrong. Something more like that, where there's more interesting things to fight on, I guess. I'll put some lights in various places. Probably a couple of them, so you have to run between the lights. I don't want too many, because you need to be able to recover your curse, but at the same time, occasional light wouldn't be too bad. Potentially. Oh, I deleted the part of the road spline. The part that these are ones all the way from the main thing. That's whatever. It's fine. Oh, I know what I did. It's about sending a message. Not what was intended, but sure. I didn't put any of these in Patrick's room, did I? Probably do that. Start moving things into there. Fix the room. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a million level blocks that are just everywhere. Not actually where they're supposed to be. In the world is it? I guess I can't click it because something on here is already on there. Okay. Nope. Move Patrick's room to the fifth floor. Now that I have 2,930 actors sitting in here, it becomes really important to start positioning things in folders. Really very simple. Don't do that. You're never going to successfully find. Every time I duplicate something, it'll get dropped into there too if it was already in there. So if I do it sooner before I make the whole room, it'll be much easier than if I wait. I've done many times and regret it every time. Hmm. Anyway, that's most of it. I haven't done all the blood and everything yet, but that's fine. Okay. So what I was gonna do, besides eventually remove all those things so that you can't see the percentage on them. Basically, at the end, I'll just remove all those. I just do a bar across, maybe. I don't know, I might make it really. Place the 3D. Now, let's just copy paste the 3D. Copy paste the smaller ones. Will do. Oh, fuck Patrick for now. Train's going by. Woohoo. I love 3D text. It's just great. Patrick train is coming through. I only made one of the things glow. That's just it's using, not all of them. Be like the Patrick Thunderdome. I might change it. I don't know. I'll get to it. To get to it. Yes. Where'd you go, buddy? Weird. Why did this shrink down again? So many questions. I changed the size on one thing and suddenly I can't change. Okay, I just want to take that one. This one? And I want to expand it. I want to expand all of it. Just this one. Just it. Nothing else. There you go. That's a way better way of doing it. I'll probably put the key on like a, a throne or something like that. I'll make it much more embellished in a second. But for now, Yeah, you can jump out of that. You can jump out of one side, maybe not the other. I'll leave it. I'm gonna see if I can jump out the other side too. Why not? What's the worst that happens? I get stuck and have to continue redesigning? I mean, I was already redesigning anyway. Designing it in the first place. Oh, yeah, read sort of is. That was a little awkward, but okay. I can still get out this side, I think. Can you? Yes, yes, you can. Remember I was talking about Poppet being so small she could sneak through things you wouldn't normally think? Where did Patrick spawn? Patrick! Yo, buddy! What have you done with my boy Patrick? Apparently if I move that, it moves everything. Kinda awkward. I'm gonna do this, migrate this over, and then I'm gonna grab these and just manually move them. The block. They're a tiny bit finicky. And I can just flick this to way to move that. Well, we can't have them just being able to escape. That's no fun. And where is he spawning at? Oh. Oh, I didn't tell it to spawn him in the first place. Smart. There's this thing here. I don't have a 3D widget for this. Highly unnecessary. Gonna move that a bit so I can find it. To get rid of all the widgets. Kind of need that. When I made that ages ago, I was like, I'm just gonna add spawn 3D. No problem. Spawn widget. Widget good. Is it though? Do I need 3D widgets for everything? There he is. Oh, there's always pressure enough, I think. The healings are probably not a good thing to have around. It really limits something. Might need to slow it down so you're forced to hide out longer. Error. Or to make Patrick smarter. Or make him do more damage. That could help too. Problem going on here, and that is it's the wrong music. I'll have to get him his own special music. So he has to have the tag boss. That's how I programmed. Bio break real fast since nobody was currently watching anyway, so it's perfect timing. Alright. Let us continue for a little while anyway. Yes. Not like I got a lot more views early on. Maybe I should just start streaming on in the week. Seems for then in the day. Hmm. Hmm. Not a bad idea. Just maximize the time that I stream and always stream around the same time. If I stream like 3 hours a day from like a 9 night or something, been like 2 hours streaming a day. Views have been significantly higher on one and not that high on it. Like 4 whole people tonight on Twitch. Yeah, okay. It's kind of random. Anyway, maybe I'll give it like another half an hour or something. No one currently will. Good plan though. Just stream earlier. Get home, lunch some food, and then stream. Stream for like I don't know, 30 to 12. That puts it like 3 in the really not the best. Just don't get off until. And there's no point in streaming after a certain time because there's basically no one even on. So there's no competition, but there's no one to really. Kind of working the same way, but I have a bunch of other stuff I need to do tonight, so I probably should do that instead. Keep my streaming somewhat short tonight. Um, if Patrick's come in fun. Patrick's Star House. Um, looks like this. Well, that's not really gonna do what I want it to. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Like I'm just gonna make it like all cool, but then or make a reference to Patrick from SpongeBob, but I don't think that reference is gonna work too well here. Maybe. I'm gonna rotate this so I can quickly get it to be the same one. Guess I could have done it. I'll put it right up to the ramp. I'll expand it out a bit. I could actually pull this back some so that there's more like space to fight in. Wouldn't be the worst decision. Kind of want more like random furniture and everything, so the Poppet looks. Every once in a while, I guess it's okay to have a area that's just weird. No other purpose than being weird. Gonna pull it kind of far forward. What am I, the Assassin's Creed Shadows person? My stairways don't lead to the right stuff. I watched Asmongold playing that. He was watching a video of people making fun of it because they just had placed everything in the weirdest locations. It's like doorways with no stairs, so people would just fall. Like, it's like, oh, here's like no stairs. It's just because I mean, just imagine if you stepped out and there was like which should be like, about the height of like a deck or something. Like, oh, 3 4 feet, and there's just nothing there. You just fall. Apparently, feudal Japanese people didn't know how to, put their stairs by their doors, according to Ubisoft. It was pretty funny. It's just 2 Japanese people who were drunk, literally just making fun of it. Now, people make mistakes, sure, but hundreds of people worked on that game. Hundreds. To be fair, not all of them worked on level design. But a lot of clipping too, which was it's like, why clipping? Why are there bullets frozen midair? Why are there bullets in this game? I thought this was Assassin's Creed. I guess in Feudal Japan they did actually have guns at that point. Technically, they had guns. I could just open air this. If I want an actual thing on top, it's mostly to keep Patrick from jumping away. And freely jump super high without problems. Would it behoove me to have taller stuff? Oh. Hmm. They close all these extra windows, so let's have this stuff here. The music works. I don't have any other boss music for characters at the moment. Guess I also didn't turn off the ability to see the ray trace on the weapons. Keep forgetting. Huh. Invincibility thing keeps changing a bit too, or somehow I'm getting hit and it's not doing it. Heck. He'll come to me eventually. Oh, I know what I need in here. I'm too lazy. I'm just going to copy paste one of these. Or a bunch of them. These are way more fun. Just, yeah, hitting up the liner from that side. Or computer. I'm like, but why? Guess I didn't hit shift enter on that one. Whatever. I gotta move around those. Or truncate the results. Probably just round it. They're all standing on it. Stop it. Got to fix the invulnerability thing, so it's times a little better than that. I also need to make a thing that spawns based upon the number of like it just keeps spawning until you kill it. Oh, feed Patrick the cube. Eat the cube. Oh. Only little buggers. Back here, you jerk. Fine. Come to me. Told you. I hurt though. Doing Patrick? Just waiting over there? Guess the AI broke. Oh, that's good to know. Make a list of the things. I'll just do it. I'll try and get a list. I'll just make a list. I'm gonna. I don't know. So, turn off a trace. Weapons. My keyboard does not want to type right now. Tricks. AI sometimes breaks. We can enemy spawner. Elephant spawns on stuff. Right. I won't forget. We're doing over and over. Bro. Sometimes he just waits. He's really hard to hit. Well, his attacks aren't very effective either. Oh, that's incorrect. If you try to go in and fight him, then his attacks are very effective. That thing mysteriously hits a lot. Ow. To get close, he just smacks me around. Apparently I owe Patrick money. Sure hits like I do. Back here. Oh, this is the most effective thing ever. Just keep hitting him. Oh my god. Oh wait, I'm almost out of sanity. Quick. He needs to know how to get around stuff, I think. Because otherwise this can happen. I can fight. Got this. I believe in you. Ow. He's confuzzled again. Patrick needs like a Thunderdome thing. Go jerk. I missed. He's just so aggressive. He actually just does so much damage over time. You have to basically retreat all the time. I wouldn't call him that particularly hard, though. As long as you remember to watch your sanity. I'm back and fight, you jerk. The gates are gone. You can get out this way, though, because you can do this. Bad enough? Not enough. Oh, yeah, this way. Level blocks are so forgiving. Like, everything else I use is nowhere near as forgiving as these level blocks are. They are just the most forgiving things ever. Huh. Play out that bad. I mean, he still needs to have more concept of what he's doing. I think that he jumps a lot, but he doesn't really jump towards the player. He's not aggressive enough. Like, he'll just putz around and be gone all over the place, and it's like, where this? Somewhere. Far away land. Oh, AI up here. Passes for an AI. It's complicated. You do not use the regular AI stuff. It's terrible. My explanation is terrible. Super jump automatically turns towards anyway, and jump forwards will make him jump towards wherever he's facing. I wanted to super jump at the player. I want him to do. I guess I could give him special points. They could have patrol points. He's not spawned in, so how will he know? Well, he wouldn't really know how to move to the patrol point exactly, would he? I don't know. I'll work on it later. I think that I have other things I have to get done. Can't stream all night because if I stream all night, I don't get the work done, and it's not like I get paid to stream. You have to do my regular work. When it's not, you'll think, I guess I'll take messages. No. Keeping on brand. It's much more clown-like area. At 1.5, not 15. They like the same number if you don't think about it. Seeing America's education system, kind of the same thing to half the American system. As a victim of it myself, I understand that it's worthless. Oh, I meant student of it. Yeah, student. I don't like the name. I'm gonna change it, but I don't know what to change it to yet. I need some sort of meme thing to put in there, and I just haven't come up with something yet. And expand. I'm gonna shrink this a bit. I'm okay with the ramp having sides to it. Only problem with that is there creates an opening that good. Off there. I'm allergic to ramps that don't match up, apparently. Happens. Hmm. It'll have to be just beyond that it does that. It has to be beyond. Hmm. Tried to do this. I didn't like that. Got the game dev disease. Oh no. I don't know if I'll make it. I could also just stick it into the wall and say screw it too. Doesn't have. I could just like part way in. That looks terrible. How about a different strategy here? I guess this is not actually a regular hole in the wall. I literally just position things around it to create a hole. Let's do this instead. Just a fundamental flaw in what I was doing over there that's just never going to quite work out no matter what I do with it. So I'm just going to use a much more logical plan for this. It's nice that the entrance there. Move this over here. Just shrink it down. Able to enter that just fine. Anything cool I can toss in to kind of spruce it up some. Balloons can always be added in. Who doesn't like balloons? Guess they can't be that tall, because this is kind of close to the ceiling. one of the little lights there. Where's the light? I'm not making this side so much nicer. This side's like, you know, not sure you're gonna enter this way, but okay, sure. Well, the shadows are kind of almost menacing there. Like some sort of monster with like eyes or something like that. And this is like its mouth, and it's got like these weird like tentacle whisker things on the sides. Yes, perfect, perfect. Grab all these same things here and light out here. Whatever. Guess I could just group this. A little bit of group on there. Nice. Discount game dev. Block's kind of anemic. Well, that looks even more evil. Nice. Looks totally like a mouth there. I think it's better without these lights. Like the light kind of sucks. Looks too nice. And you do this, and it's like that's so much more sinister. Yes, it's so much better. There's already a light here to protect you anyway. So that's a thing. I don't know if I want the window to open here. I guess you could have it open and go somewhere, but if I do that, I need to block it. If I don't block it, then they could open it. Patrick could leap outside of the building, and then we just have a mess. I'm not really a fan. What am I doing out here with it? There's probably gonna be some sort of a secret out here. I don't know what. Oh, there's a memory out here. After you beat Patrick. All I really have to do to fix that. But it could jump like this over there. Probably. That's a make. And they did that here, they could probably get over it. It had to be like all the way to the ceiling. Could easily just get around it. Kind of. Um. No. 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 I better play. Window, please. Locked. Out of blanket. Can be open. This one can. I shrunk this down a bit. But I guess to be fair, I'm gonna have all kinds of things over here for them to mess with. That's fine. Kind of want one of these little walls here just so it doesn't look like normal. Just to go with the weird little Patrick Carnival theme. Doesn't functionally do anything other than just make it look a little nicer. Migrate this over some. Going to move this over a bit and then hit Shift Enter so it's at the ground. Remind myself to turn off the ray trace thingy. I made things to remind myself about because I kept forgetting. So let's see. Weapon parent for that. Blah blah blah. But currently working on weapons, so that was yesterday. I was just updating some weapons. Here. Get your weapons up. I gotta make it a specialized enemy spawn. Probably for another. Right now. I don't know what, but by the end it'll be a masterpiece. And it's just a place to fight. It'll be a masterpiece. The best is masterpiece. I guess I'm okay with it having weird things there. Like, I don't mind. Need some sort of secret thing up here to make it worth getting, I guess. I'm just gonna make this go all the way over after they get it. Do I want them to go above? That's the question. From here, they can easily get. How secret heavy are we gonna make this room? I do love extra nooks and crannies to run around in. But she can get up here, no problem. She can 100% just jump to this. Or not necessarily. I guess to be fair, that's not actually a traversable. It might actually be pretty hard to reach. Oh, she can make it. Unintentional since I deleted a bunch of things. Get her sanity back. Her hair glows too much. She should probably fix it. After they beat it, they can go on their long trip to explore out here. Those there. So torn because part of me wants to have it open there and just the knowledge you can't go beyond there or you'll just die. Possible to read. There's light in the way. I also kind of make it like a wall thing too, so that this way they don't try to get out. Like, I kind of want them to see the sky. I kind of want them to be like, you know, get a feel for the outside world, but because the visual's more fun if you can just see out what's going on there and everything like that. Even if you can't go beyond it. Oh. I mean, I could just literally have a wall. Have like a hidden area inside of the wall. Stop that, but I don't know. I kind of like being able to see outside. Something to think about in the future, potentially. Yes. What do I want to do with this room? I'm not even 100% certain yet what I'm looking to do with it. Got the weapons that you can fight with. Guess I can make this jump slightly easier, but I don't think I have to. I think you could lower this, you could go up. Lowering that to go up, actually I can just bring it up because technically make the jump, I'm pretty certain. There. And put like something up there. What am I putting up there? What am I hiding that's so great up there? I can't make that. I see the jumps all the time. Huh. What I could do is I could actually have a hidden area. Like instead I could back this off a bit. I could lower this down a bit. Not as weird. I guess the question is, where is it going? Trying to grab the bit thingy as well. Right, rooms. I don't forget to do that later. I want to staple them to the wall. That actually. Well, I can't really see, so it's that terrible plan. Inability to see. Eh. Cross for a second here. Cross most of the time. Perfect. Gotta sacrifice the doll on the cross. Just cause. It's a very messed up um, set of rituals going on here, so Very fitting to take something like that and make it a lot less pure. Let's put it that way. I don't think any of the ones I don't see that. Sticky it to the cross theme. They permanently have smiles because it's just awkward like that. Pull this down some, sure, why not? That's bigger than expected. Like one more left over here. More fun if the lamp is over by it, so they see it. Lamp. Try something underneath. I don't know about that yet. Hmm. Considering having some sort of secret area. Move this over here, and as long as it's not blocking, technically there could be a secret. But also do these weird little roads everywhere. Once you're past beating, it doesn't really matter. Not exactly hard jumps. How far the jump can actually go. You can make that jump. Oh, well. Well then. Make this a little more challenging. I don't even make it quite that bad. I think I'll move it to about there. This isn't that far into the game. Well, okay, it's probably actually about 20 minutes into the that probably am allowed to be a little meaner. The other ones I was designing, you weren't that far, so it's like gotta be a little nicer, but still grab it. It's really friendly. But she can't grab that. She's able to grab the other one. For some reason. Possible should be a little farther. Hell. Possible should be a little closer anyway. Just so it doesn't look impossible and she has to grab her hands through the wall and somehow pull herself up magically up even though she shouldn't be able to. About that. Perfectly easy. It's really forgiving. I don't get why it's that forgiving in some spots, but not others. But I do think that this needs to be farther out like this, so you can't just get stuck in weird areas. Also probably want some kind of a light up here, maybe. Actually, do I? I don't know, because, you know, if you don't have a light, then you slowly run out of sanity, so that's like, you know, forces you to be faster. Yeah, I need to be more careful with that jump. It's possible, but you gotta do this. Then you can make it. She's not even close to any understanding. Put the back of that. Do this, and I do this and move it down since I up. There could definitely be a hidden pathway going on, which I don't hate. I do be loving the hidden pathways. But I'm gonna do that. So they're probably like this. Slightly up. Question becomes, can you make this jump? Oh, most certainly I doubt it. No way. Oh, how? Okay, well. Doesn't mean anything. Just to make it easier. That's what I'm doing. Maybe we'll make that. Probably fit it closer where it should be. And hmm. Probably make that. Now you're on top. Cool. Question is, what am I going to do on top? Doesn't really matter if they can make it back. They probably can, though. Very forgiving. Harder for this direction. If you time it just right, you can click the button and get on. Of course, your sanity's burning pretty hard by the time. So, doing when you're up here. What is the goal? Probably just some kind of secret. Double up the secrets for funsies. I don't know if there was a window out here they had to go through, but I already kind of made all the outside to look, you know, like a regular building. It's kind of weird to change it up. I mean, I feel kind of weird. I really designed these when I can see a little better with the like on. Not. This is like way off and a lot of these things don't fit very well. And, oh, I could just do better. The train's going by. You'd be liking the train, I suppose. Beep. Live relatively close to it. It's just kind of a constant reminder that it's there. Nothing wrong with that. Right, block was on for point. Not that anyone's even going to see it. I don't even know I'm wasting that much time on it. You never know. Maybe someone will there and be like, oh, this is like this. And I'll be like, what does it matter? This will block off. Will it? Do I need to reblock things? Let me check that. I think it blocked all the way across the board, so this way didn't matter, but Oh yeah, it's blocked. I don't think I want this accessible like that. Oh, you can fall into back there. It just seems like it'd play really weird. That's the case. Pull this farther in. That should cover that problem just fine. Let's move this one all the way to the end too, just so I've completely covered my bases, just in case it matters. I don't think I'm gonna make any other holes in that side, so probably not. Is in fact still not okay. B. I don't want her up here either. I don't think she can get up there. Maybe she can. Well, make certain she can't. Fast approaching food. I'll probably just do this test. If no one else is watching, I'll probably just bounce so I can eat something. That'll be perfect. I'm gonna blockade the windows too. Okay. I think with that, I'm gonna bounce. I'll be back tomorrow around the same time. I think I'll just make that my regular schedule, like specific to like midnight or maybe and just kind of roll with it. I don't know. It's the only times I really have it work. All right, well, watching. Catch everyone later.